From the barrel to the backwoods, we're always hunting for the best. This is Whiskey and Whitetails. I'm Gus.
I'm Matt.
Thank you to our Patreon members for their awesome support, for always giving us insight, helping us with planning these things. If you want to be a part of that, you can check out Patreon/Whiskey and Whitetails, and you can join for as little as $3. But great group. If you enjoy hunting and you enjoy whiskey, I can't imagine a better group of folks to come hang out with. So check it out. Come join the community and have a good time. We also do lots of fun stuff, events that we like to plan and giveaways. So lots of things to gain. But also,
more the merrier.
Yes, the more the merrier, always. Thank you to the Waypoint Network for hosting and having us. We appreciate everything they do. And thanks to you, the listener, and the viewers, for all your support as well. We have a good one this week. But before we get into that, we have a few folks that we always like to thank.
Mm-hmm.
The first, go ahead.
Yeah. If you're paying more than $15 a month for cell phone service, you should think about going to mintmobile.com/whiskey and sign up there. They have a new, I don't have it pulled up right now, but they got a new special right now for phones, I think. But yeah, I haven't paid for cell phone service in over a year because I bought 6 months and I got 6 months free back in December, I guess. It's been a while.
Yeah.
But I have not noticed any difference in my cell phone service. I can still text, call whenever I want, unlimited data. It's good to go.
It's quality. I also use it for a work phone that I have, and the wife and I were just talking the other day, and we are going to be paying off our phones that we have with AT&T and moving to Mint Mobile as well. So I've seen no problems with my service on my work phone. And the quality of service and texting and everything's been great. So where can folks find that and get that discount?
Mintmobile.com/whiskey.
Cool.
Just sign up on there and you'll be pretty thankful, especially right now where everything's crazy expensive. Let's cut some prices where we can.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of quality, Vantage Point Archery, if you haven't figured it out and heard from us yet, we enjoy some Vantage Point products. Their broadheads are the best in the industry. I can't imagine. I've yet to see a better quality broadhead that stands up to its name and to the reputation that it has. Blows through bone. You can put it through just about any sort of material and resharpen it, and that thing is ready to go again. So American made right here in the United States. Great company, great folks. We support and love everything that they're doing. No discount code for them. We support them 100%. So just go check them out. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah. And there's we've told the stories before, but there's people that have killed, I think that guy killed like 30 hogs with one blade. Yeah. One broadhead, just kept resharpening it and using it again. So it's like, not only is it good for hunting, but also, into the world situation, you can keep this thing going forever. You can pass them down to your children if you don't lose them. It's
also losing them. It's also good for the wallet, paying for quality broadheads from some of the other manufacturers where you're paying $70 a pop for 3 broadheads that you have to replace after putting them through one animal. That's not.
You can also get the Omega has lay flat technology where instead of having to actually make your edges, you just lay it down on a sharpened stone and just push it. It's all lined up perfectly so you can keep that edge. They're amazing broadheads, quality stuff for sure.
Well thought out, well engineered, and like I said, great group of folks over there that are part of that, and we just enjoy supporting them and being a part of their little family, if you will. So go check them out at vparchery.com.
Yeah, this episode's pretty good. We unfortunately during recording the audio didn't process through the computer, so you're hearing the entire thing off of a crappy microphone on a laptop. We apologize for that. It's normally we catch those mistakes because we do it remotely, but when we're doing stuff in person, sometimes we forget to look at stuff. So it's unfortunate because it's a really good podcast. So it might be a little hard to hear. We tried to work on the audio as best as we could just to, get rid of some static in the background. Yeah, we're sorry, but if you hang on to it and stick with it, you'll it's a good podcast.
Yeah, almost 200 episodes in. I think this has only happened a handful of times. It's bound to happen. It'll happen again, I'm sure. Unfortunately, it's part of the business, but appreciate your patience, and we'll try to avoid it in the future.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Enjoy the episode.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll do an intro before this.
We'll just get into it.
What'd you bring here? This is
That is cornbread red. It's Jimmy Red corn and malted triticale. Kind of halfway put that shrink seal on there.
just to make it legal.
Yep. We done one batch last year. About to release the second batch. As soon as I have some time to put all the labels on the bottles. So
Do a little pass around of that. So we're gonna try it clear, and then you got some 2.75 year.
yep. Stuff that we made in December of 2021. Yeah, Greg Johnsman from Marsh End is the one that named that. We were trying to figure out what we wanted to do with it, what we wanted to call it. He's like, "How about cornbread red?"
That sounds like something he said.
Exactly. So we're like, "Shoot, yeah, why not?"
I can definitely hear him saying it. Is how often does he come around?
Every time I get grain from them delivered, because he's the only one that drives their truck, and then I'll see him at some events and some stuff every once in a while. So
I always love running into him.
yeah, I'll probably see him about a half dozen times a year, maybe a little bit more.
Do you pull that closer to you?
Okay,
There we go.
there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. We did a podcast with him.
Yeah.
I don't remember what episode it was, but that was a long time ago.
He's like a walking documentary.
Oh, 100%.
Just the amount of information he just
Yeah.
talk.
If you don't have like set a time frame on him, he will keep going and keep going, and it's so interesting. You get locked in.
Yeah. We talked about corn for like 2 hours. Just corn. We never made it past corn.
Types of corn, colors of corn, taste of smell.
And I was all in.
First time I ever met him was at their mill facility. He's like, "I only got 5 minutes." And 3 hours later, I'm still staying there. He was going on rice. He was all about rice. Just rice.
I love it. I love his tattoos too, because he's like, "Yeah, I just did the bird I saw that I liked, and so I got it on."
Yeah, he keeps getting them.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of farm animals tattooed on him, which is awesome.
Yeah, every time I see him, he looks like he's got another one.
And it's funny too, because he looks like what you think. If you were like, I wonder what a corn farmer looks like. That's what Greg looks like. Like the idea everyone is painting in their head.
Yeah,
That's Greg.
I love his overalls. I'm very jealous on his overall game.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
He's got nice overalls that he wears to fancy events. I'm like, dang,
I've seen him in
where do I get these?
where was
I
it?
didn't know that's funny.
We were at I think it was a pre-Seaweed event, but it was at a theater, and everyone, like, I'm wearing a suit. Everybody was dressed nice. Like, I think I even had a tie on, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he had dark blue denim the overalls on with like a nice clean t-shirt.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you cleaned up nice.
Love it.
Been
Absolutely.
hanging up in a closet on the far right side just to remove all the work stuff out of the way. Get the nice ones out.
Yeah, you could tell they'd probably never been washed. They were like really dark, like fresh out the box, like a fresh pair of Air Force One.
I don't know what that is, but
Really nice shoes. They're leather.
oh, okay.
A lot of people don't know that.
Oh,
I may have 3 pairs up there,
okay.
and I have red ones for my motorcycle, which is stupid. And then I have a wheat colored. And you know what's funny about those? When I bought those, I remember seeing them and I was like, I just like the color. I don't know why, but I just love this color. And they got in and I put them on and I was like, oh, they're the same color as Army boots. That's
Army boots or Timberlands?
Timberlands too. It was just something in my DNA that I didn't even pick up on. That it was the same color boots that I used to wear.
Needed that color.
Yeah. I just was naturally drawn to it and I didn't realize because I was brainwashed into liking it. Ugh. So tell us about this cornbread red.
Yeah, so this is roughly 70% certified Jimmy Red corn from Marsh End Mill. And then the other 30-ish% is malted triticale, which is a hybrid between rye and wheat that the Scottish invented in the late 1800s. They were going to try and make a single malt out of it when they created the product because, wheat or rye is a little bit more drought resistant. The combination of the two just makes it easier to grow and it gives also a lot of volume. and they ended up never really doing anything with it. So it's a very underutilized grain, in my opinion, as far as making spirits and beer and other alcohol beverages from it. I kind of fell in love with it, so I got the guys up at Weathers Farm and Palmetto Malt to grow some in their fields and then malt it for me. So it's just all South Carolina grown product right there. Kind of, as soon as we opened the doors and got the facility running, I had that one ready to go. And that was the first kind of off book thing that we did outside of our normal ones that we have out right now. So.
Love the flavor and the True to Cali. So you were talking to me about this before. You had to do the True to Cali because of the strong profile of the Jimmy Red.
Yeah, so Jimmy Red is extremely pungent in my opinion, and very just in your face as far as a corn flavor goes. And if you do it 100%, I feel like it's too overwhelming and it doesn't pair well, especially when you get it into oak. And you're trying to pull out some of those subtle flavors. So by cutting it a little bit with the triticale, and you get some of those soft wheat notes in there, you get some of those rye characteristics in there, and you kind of soften up the pungent of that Jimmy Red corn. It kind of just makes it more umami.
Yeah.
Kind of helps it round out. And then when you put it into the oak, I feel like it did a very good job, especially since I didn't use normal barrels. Like most everybody in Kentucky's going char 3, char 4, medium or heavy toast. I went light chars to kind of let some of those liquor flavors pop up through, but then give some of those lighter vanilla notes and other things that you don't normally get out of those barrels to really come through a little bit more.
Yeah, and that's actually a pretty big decision to make, to be like, I'm not going to go with char 4 because that's everybody loves alligator char, and it's so for you to be like, I'm going to make all this stuff and then put it in a lighter char because there's not a lot of use for that stuff. But once you use the barrel once on a lighter char, it's kind of done. A lot of times they'll rechar it before they put scotch in.
Yeah. So I use anywhere from char 1s, char 2s, char 3s. I don't go up to char 4s.
Yeah.
But a lot of the stuff that I've personally created recipes for down there at Burnt Church is going into 2s, and some of it's going into 1s.
You ever do anything with toasted barrels?
I haven't yet, but I get all my barrels are toasted the way I want them toasted before they char it. So it kind of pulls out that sugar first, and then that charring kind of caramelizes it on that outside. So I get those notes in there. But I've thought about working with some just toasted barrels, but I haven't figured out what I would do with them yet, what kind of flavor profile I want to go in there. I've been looking at an all wheat whiskey, a combination of malted wheat and regular wheat. Maybe go with a heavy toast or a light toast barrel kind of thing. But.
That's interesting. Brown Foreman does it. They not on everything, but they'll toast the insides pretty heavy to bring all the sugars out, and then they just burn the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And they also where were we at where they had the inside of the barrels were cut out? Cooper's Craft.
Oh, Cooper's Craft. Yeah, that was weird.
Did they
the spiral?
Yeah, like they kind of like cut a hole or like jigsaw kind of.
Yeah, they put a router inside and just, like spiral down.
And all the wood shavings is down at the bottom.
They leave it in there.
Who does that? Zach Cooperage. It's a small cooperage out of Kentucky. They're like known for doing that, like routing inside of their barrels, and supposedly it gives them surface area and allows it to attack it. I've never used one of them, but heard good things from it from different people that have used it. They're like, "Wow, I didn't really think this was going to work." And that's actually some of the best whiskey you've ever produced. So.
I'm always skeptical by it because they tell you all the time, you can't fake this. It takes time.
Yeah.
And it takes.
Well, you still have the time on all those things. Right. You're just, tweaking it just ever so slightly to maybe give it some different notes that you possibly won't give us with.
Yeah. I wonder if it messes with the integrity of the barrel at all. Because, I mean, they're not super deep cut. They are cutting into.
Yeah. Might mess with the longevity. Like if you want to do scotch after. Or something like that. Like a lot of my barrels I'm trying to reuse for agave, or we got the 3 single malts. Y'all got to try 2 of them when you came back in June down to the facility. So I'm trying to reuse those barrels. One, it helps us out on costs. I can buy barrels that age more spirits in, and 2, Virgin oak is great, but some spirits are so light, virgin oak just overwhelms it, and you don't want to overwhelm the actual product that's going in. So the used barrel comes in handy.
What's the ruling on tequila? Like if it's made certain place, it becomes a different thing, or it's a mezcal, or if it's like
So all tequila has to be made in Jalisco, Mexico, that region of Mexico. Oaxaca, or there's a different region, I think it's like the Oaxaca region or something. I can't remember the regions. Is where what we know as mezcal is made, which is a smoky whiskey. And then you've got the northern part of the state, right on the border of Texas, is where all this mezcal, but it's called Sotal, Sotol, and that's another form of mezcal tequila kind of thing. It's made from this. It's not an agave plant, but it's freaking phenomenal.
it has to be blue agave to be tequila, or
It has to be blue agave. It has to be 51%. So, like, if it's not 51%, they can put in corn syrup or molasses or something like that. And then, like,
it's rum.
yeah,
Yeah.
Rum and tequila.
like mezcal, for instance, like they smoke their agave a little bit longer, and typically tends to be like an older agave plant that gives it the smoky characteristics. So it's almost kind of like Scotch, where different parts of the country you go to, they're making pretty much the same thing, but you get these totally different flavor. But they actually call it tequila. It's got to be Jalisco, Mexico.
So what is it called, like at Burn Church?
We have to call it agave spirit.
Okay.
So it's agave spirit reposado. So I import 100% organic blue agave syrup from Mexico. And ferment it, distill it, do all this stuff. Spend a lot of time researching and figuring out how they actually make tequila down there without ever going there. And it's actually pretty good. I age it in North American white barrels, whiskey barrels, for roughly 10 to 11 months. Pull it out, and you would never know. I've never been to Mexico.
You use the same yeast as you do for whiskey?
No, they're completely different.
Yeah.
Very different.
Is it because of the way it interacts with the sugars?
Yes. So
With
the agave has a lot of fructose in it.
That's a different type of sugar.
Different type of sugars.
I
Yes. See. So you have to get specific yeast to be able to tackle those types of sugars. Right. And so, like I said, I've talked to a lot of people, a lot of research going into this. I actually use a blend of 3 different yeasts to ferment that.
Nice.
Whereas most of the whiskeys, I'm using one for each one. That one I created a blend of 3.
You're learning so much. I'm gonna have to play the Reading Rainbow that song at the beginning of this episode.
Reading Rainbow.
do you find that from a marketing perspective, because you guys have to call it something different? Do you have to explain to people what it is?
100%. Yeah, it's
If we put it together.
Yeah, if we could put tequila on,
What is
it'd be
agave?
easy.
Yeah.
But the fact that it says agave it's hard. I mean, I did a very, very small batch of it about a little over a year ago. We only had 200 bottles. We sold out in 2 weeks.
Nice.
So I did a bigger batch this time, and it's kind of slow rolling out the door. One, we're in a recession, so everything's kind of
Tough.
Been tough.
That's not what the news told me.
Okay. I'm watching it at work when the economy's doing well, people are buying liquor in their fist, and when it's not doing well, they're not. So, also we unfortunately came out like a few weeks after we just reprinted the menu, so it's not on the menu, so it's kind of hurting it as well.
Yeah.
So
my grandpa used to say, if you want to know how the economy is doing, go talk to small business owners and restaurant bar owners. They'll tell you how the economy. Because when people have extra money to spend and it's wealth, they're out doing those things. They're shopping, they're spending money, they're going out to eat. If they're not, they're not. And it means politicians are going to tell you what you want to hear. Anyways, we're not doing that.
Stay shopping, you go to whiskeyandwhitetails.com. We got new hats out right now.
Nice. Is that what you're wearing?
Yeah, I'm wearing one. There's another one over there. Got 3 new designs.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll sling you a hat for coming on the show. I want to pop this.
Yeah.
This aged one. Don't fucking hurry up, me. I mean, my wife. Kidding. You jonesing?
Yeah.
All right. So this one
Let's
is
try this aged.
2.75 years.
So the first one was 120 proof. That's what we go on the barrels at.
Okay.
This one I did not have enough time to send it through our density meter,
Got one in there.
so I don't know what it actually is, but my guess it's probably somewhere around 118, 117, 118, somewhere in that vicinity.
It's funny how much. For those out there that have never done a white dog versus aged back to back of the same thing, it's fascinating
Oh yeah,
because you can still pull a little bit of those noses out of it, but it's completely changed. This smells more like before it smelled like corn. Now this smells like whiskey.
yeah. That barrel accounts for anywhere from 60 to 70%. They can't really lock it down, but that's what
That's
most
the
experts say.
distiller's answer. 60 to 70%.
60 to 70%.
You talk to a Cooper, he'll say 90%.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, if you use the right barrel and you know what you're doing and you can blend your whiskey, then you don't take a barrel that's going to overwhelm what you're putting in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be about 60 to 70%.
That makes sense. We because they always say like shit in, shit out, and like if you don't start with something nice, it's not going to be nice when it comes out. The barrel's not going to fix your problems; it's going to enhance it most. Yeah, it's a good amount of cinnamon on it.
Man, I haven't tried this since it's.
There's a ton of cinnamon on the back end, like red hot cinnamon, like the sugary red hot.
Yeah.
But not like cinnamon.
Big, like chewing Big Red.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's wild.
Reminds me of that.
Of that Justin's pick.
Yeah.
It does.
What's it called? What they call it?
Whenever you do your first single barrel, you should because I'm pretty sure I'm counting with Caleb to do it. You should bring this out.
Can. You just got to tell me. All this stuff sits in that offsite warehouse, so I have to make sure I bring this stuff to cool everything.
Yeah.
Because it's not exactly close to a facility.
Right. It's closer than who was it that ages everything in Virginia? Who was that? Oh, Hollow Creek.
Oh.
Yeah, everything that they make, they ship to Virginia because it was cheaper. Columbia.
Oh, cheaper tax wise to house it there?
It's cheaper than building a rick house in Columbia to ship it all to Virginia for 5 years and they bring it back.
Oh, taxes were
Oh,
federal taxes on it were the same across the board.
my company just gave me a truck and said, "You're a truck now."
Yeah. That's
I got an undisclosed location somewhere in South Carolina that I don't go to all the time. So
hay barn.
I'm just hoping they don't wrap the truck and just have people follow.
Yeah, don't let me find out. I'll wild turkey her out. I'm there, steal barrels at a time. Just walk around and taste it. You got cameras in there? Where's this place at?
Somewhere. We got cameras. We got some cameras.
There's no cameras. They're lying.
Uh,
Whoever wants to do a night op with me, I'm gonna do it.
Got a solution for cameras.
So do I. Spray paint. Oh, have you seen all these guys in England cutting down all these cameras?
Yeah.
Love it.
Isn't it what?
I love it. Absolutely love it.
what are they doing?
So in England, they just have cameras like on every street. Like
Yeah, like the CCTV.
Yeah.
Kind of.
They're out there with angle grinders, like cutting them down. Like battery powered angle, they're cutting them down and spray painting them all, like bashing them. I love it.
Damn.
That country's in a lot of trouble. I think all countries are in a lot of trouble.
We're all having a bad time right now. We're just trying to drink some whiskey and forget about it,
Exactly.
Chat GPT's fault.
Do you see that mayor? Is it a mayor? I don't even know the town. But his whole campaign is if he gets elected, he will use a customized GPT that he's created to make decisions and run the city. And he swears that based on the learning language models that he's used, it will be the most effective and all this old stuff.
Even keel.
Yep.
I mean,
be honest with you, I'm kind of interested.
I tried it out.
But you should let ChatGPT run your distillery.
That's fine. Tell me what to make.
Yeah.
I don't know. I need people. Can you help me out with that?
Yeah, probably.
Probably. They probably tell you how to make a hiring.
Yeah, I'm tired of bottling things.
How is it hard to hire someone for a distillery? You think that'd be like really easy?
I don't know. I don't know, but we've been looking for 4 or 5 months now. So I'm still short staffed. So we're pretty much making the order right now, which puts a lot of stress on me.
Yeah.
Doesn't help me out. So
What's the hours like? Maybe there's somebody listening that wants to get started in the whiskey career.
my guys work 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. But most of the time they're out of there before 4 on Friday.
Is it a salary or hourly?
Oh, it's salary.
Salary, and they get an hour lunch,
Yeah, something like that.
30-minute lunch. Something like that.
Yeah.
They get a company car. No,
Yeah.
come on, Chris. You need to get everybody in a company car. What's going on? Nobody wants to use their own gas to drive to work. That's crazy.
But yeah, we're just slow. We're slow on bottling line right now. So bottled bourbon cream this week and Anita's Choice the week before, and every bottle left. So now I got to redo it all over. Hopefully, I can get some nice.
Y'all have the best cream for sure.
Yeah, tastes like vanilla ice cream. Who doesn't like vanilla ice cream?
Delicious.
Yeah,
It's probably good on vanilla ice
it is. Milkshakes,
Yeah.
coffee,
cream. Milkshakes. I've used it for coffee.
In a chocolate shake.
chocolate shake. Heck, Chef Jeff down there at Miller's All Day makes some like vanilla cream that you can dip with French toast sticks. So it's phenomenal.
You make it out of that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Smart man. It's good shit.
Lots of stuff.
He's crazy ingenuity.
But between him and George, man, the stuff they think about blows my mind.
Yeah. Like when he was making air popped beef tendon. Did you ever?
Oh yeah,
Nuts.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so crazy.
Yeah, for the tartare that he's
Yeah.
doing. Oh, that stuff was so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Nuts.
And then his sous chef or whoever was like, yeah, it's like making crackers.
And he was like, "No, it's not." And he's like, "Yes, chef." That's not true at all.
It's way more scientific than that. Shut the.
Snap. Yes, chef. I'm sorry.
I wasn't there for that episode. I listened to it and I was like, was he mad? And he was like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Like you just questioned. You just said that this difficult process that I do. You just said was like, it's basically pretty easy. Did you fucking do it? You didn't. Okay, so not. I love chefs. I like Jeff. I like George. I like listening to them because they're all really good at talking shit. Because they have to.
Yeah.
They have to be able to do it.
Yes, 100%.
But it's like you hear them in the. And the other thing too, I've taken this from Jeff is like I've asked my people before, like, how do you think you did? Like, just people, he'll have guys make stuff and he'll taste it. Like, how do you think you did on this? And it's such a amazing thing to ask.
As somebody who's responsible for like employees and like professional development for people, I'm torn with that question. Like, is it a productive question, or am I being a condescending asshole, or is it both?
It's both. That's why it works so well.
Because I have a lot of people that I'd love to ask them that in a public setting.
I do it. Like I'll see stuff and I'm like, they're like, yeah, I got this done for you. Like, how do you think you did? I'm like, I don't know. It's my first time doing it. I'm like, I can tell, but how do you think you did? Like, you put time and effort into it? Because if you did, I'll fix it for you. But if you just threw it together, I'm probably gonna make you do it again.
My biggest thing is, and it's probably this way with all of us, like, I don't mind people asking for help or even doing something poorly the first time, as long as you put effort in and try it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you research it? Did you look some things up? Did you try to figure it out yourself? Or did you just half-ass that and bring it to me and hope that I would tell you how to fix it?
Yeah.
That's just not gonna last.
Yeah, I know.
I raised my kids the same way. Did you try to solve this yourself? No. Do that first.
My mom. My mom's still like that with my dad. Did you actually look for it, or are you just going? Love my dad to death, but he loses everything.
I think it's a man thing because I lose shit too.
Well, my mom kind of being around her, she was like, did that same thing with me as a kid. So now, like, I look for it, then I look for it, and I find it usually. So
I should do that because earlier we were looking for the other piece of these headphones, and I knew where I had put them, and I went upstairs and they weren't there, and I was like, and Andy walked in the room. She's like, she asked me something, and I was like, Kitty took my one of the cats. Like, she took my fucking. She's like, what are you blaming the cat for that you probably did? And then I saw it and I was like, nothing. Nothing at all. Yeah. No, it's weird. It's a weird things that are different between the way kind of like you run your house, like as a man versus a woman. What is a woman? But I think we good on that one. We have ladies in the room, so I'm giving shit. But yeah. So yeah, this is lots of cinnamon on that.
good circle back.
You're bringing it right.
Now for 2.75 years,
Yeah.
very happy with it.
Good stuff.
How far do you think you're gonna go with it?
Yeah.
I said a minimum.
Oh, really? You
Really?
think it'll take that long?
No, probably not. But I'm gonna keep letting it go. But I was thinking a minimum of 5, but I'll keep trying it.
I mean, you can tell it's young here. This isn't ready, but it is good.
It's yeah. I mean, can most people pull out a whiskey at tune
No.
and say it's like that?
That's the thing with under 3 years. This much of a flavor change is nuts.
In a 53-gallon barrel, it's not a 30-gallon barrel. So
Yeah.
Oh, really?
yeah.
How many did you fill?
Nice.
That year I did. Oh yeah, dude. I didn't have permission to do that one. I kind of did it and asked for forgiveness. That's how I did a lot of things. I think I filled like 24, 25 barrels that year.
Wow.
That's
a lot. That's a lot of local.
So and then the next year, I think I did the same amount. Last year, I did almost 40. So kind of progressing it. I think it's going to be something big for us. I think it'll take off.
I think so too. It's really good.
Especially to keep letting that age get out there. And like I said, I think it's going to take 5 years, but we'll see. It might be 4. It might be 6. But it's not going to get released until I feel like it's 100% there.
Good.
So,
yeah.
I don't like doing that.
See too many, we see, I'm sure you guys all post it too, just too many distillers rushing things to market because they have investors or stakeholders to make happy.
No.
And
No. You make more money, in my opinion, if you wait and you're patient with it, than if you rush things out the door and people hate it. You're going to, you're gonna pay for that crappy whiskey. You're gonna pay for that crappy product because people are gonna not want to pick it back up, and you're gonna have to spend even more money trying to remarket, rebrand, do all this stuff to get that whiskey to be off that shelf again.
Yeah.
So be patient with it. Let it go. Fun news though, this next year we'll start our single malt releases. All that stuff that you tried, it's coming up. I did those in smaller barrels because they're used, and I was reusing the barrels that we had. So we'll do a barley single malt, the True Decay single malt, and the Big Unicorn single malt releases. Hopefully all next year.
Those are fantastic. We got to try all that. Well, we did that event, and I think everyone loved the pink.
The unicorn.
Yeah.
That
I mean, the name is cool. The story's cool about the name, but also just I don't know if that tricks your brain into liking it more, or if it is truly like a very special corn. I don't know.
I think it's an awesome corn. Immediately, like when I tasted it, because I made most of these things that I do that I've never tried before. The Jimmy Red corn, the True Decay, the unicorn. I'll take 50 pounds, make a small batch, run it through a small little 7-gallon still, just so I can understand what the flavor is going to be when it's in a liquid form and finished. And so as soon as I tasted that one, I knew it needed to be malted. I knew it needed to be malted this way, and I knew it needed to be a single malt. And I knew it was going to cost a lot of money, but I knew it'd be worth it. So, once again, that's one of the ones where I kind of went and did my own thing and didn't really tell people.
Submitted the bill.
And then they found out, and I was like, just wait and try it. And then they've tried it, and they're like, but what do we sell it for? It's like, I don't know, whatever we make money on it.
Yeah,
That's not my-
your department.
Yeah.
My department.
I make it, you get rid of it. Like, that's we don't. Yeah, not involved in that part.
So, but it was fun making that. It's always fun making new products. So we Black Sheep Shore Rye is another one that we've done.
Yeah, that one was good too. They were all really good.
I haven't had one that I didn't enjoy.
Yeah.
For work church. I'm not saying that just because you're in the room.
Man, I hope you would. I don't like people blowing smoke. I want you to tell me something that's wrong with it, or like, hey, this would be a little bit better here, because I'm always looking to progress everything that I do. And if I'm constantly told everything's phenomenal, how do I make it better?
Right.
Like, I know that everything's not phenomenal. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter. Yeah, there's no possible way you go to a restaurant, everything you have is not going to be phenomenal. There's going to be a flaw somewhere, and you got to be able to exploit it. Tell somebody, hey, this was off, this wasn't right, so you can figure out how to make it better and progress to get better as a chef or a whiskey maker or whatever you do. So.
Right. Yep. Yeah, we had I had a conversation, I won't say with another distillery Thursday. And they want to do some stuff with us, whatever. But one of the things I asked was like, we want to make sure we're not like, you're not working with other local distilleries. And I was like, well, if that's a problem, then yes, because I'm not going to stop working with anyone, but especially like Burnt Church. Like, we have a good relationship with them, and I do a lot of stuff with them. And they were like, oh no, we didn't mean it that way. I was like, okay, well, I mean, however you mean it. Yeah, they said something about like selling out, becoming branded by something. I don't know if they wanted us to do it with them, but I was like, we would never, because it's like that's not what we're here for. We're not here to tell you that this place is delicious because we're getting paid to tell you that. Like, we actually like Burnt Church. We like everything you do because it's good.
Appreciate it.
But that's why we like having you on, because it's always like you're always showing up for something new.
Yeah, try to. Yeah, I threw those labels on, and like I said, a half-ass shrink seal those things, so they're really cool to make it down the road.
I think I can tell it. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's not your expertise. Hell yeah. It's not even that it's hard. You just put it in the machine that gets hot and melts it. Like, how did you fuck up the plastic?
Well, so like the way ours works, it's a tunnel. So depending on the bottle size, you got to raise and lower the tunnel. And so we were doing bourbon cream on, what day was that? Thursday. And so the thing was set up super high. So I kind of like just turned it on, shoved my hand up there with the bottle, and until my hand got too hot, and I ripped it back out. Yeah.
You don't have like a heat gun over there just for? Yeah. You should buy like an industrial strength heat gun.
Yeah, I used to have one. I used to have one at the old distilleries that I used to work at. I haven't really needed it until this point.
Yeah. Well, that's funny. The plastic was going to come off anyway.
Exactly. So it doesn't matter. Just in case they got pulled over and they did not be like, hey,
open container.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I haven't thought about that, but I drive around a lot with open containers. I mean, a lot
for making content stuff. I think about it all the time when we go to an event and I grab bottles that are already open.
I bet you there's an open container in my truck right now. Like, I guarantee there's a bottle of whiskey. There has to be.
If I go do sales, like, there's always an open container in my truck. So it's kind of hard, but I try to think about it. But I mean, there's nothing I can really do. I'm trying to push the product. I can't have a brand new bottle. Just give away a bottle every time I walk in someplace.
Right. Yeah, that would get expensive fast.
Yeah.
Which bottles were you at?
The one in Mount Pleasant.
That's a better one.
Yeah, it was all right. I've had better experiences there.
I still in Somerville.
I've never been to Somerville.
Yeah.
But I've just had ups and downs. You know, sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not. Got some Bluffton whiskeys out the door. I think a bottle of bourbon cream and a bottle of vodka. It's not my best showing, but anything's better than nothing. But yeah. So.
Now your weekends are right on.
Yeah. It's pretty much free now that we had the Airbnb problem that we had the other day.
You had an Airbnb problem?
Oh man, there's black mold in the original home got.
Wow.
And then we spent what was it, like 3 hours? Yeah, 3 hours fighting with Airbnb on the phone.
Wow.
And then we got this nice place just down the road from where we were for $200 for the rest of the weekend. So
Wow. When did you get here?
Thursday night.
Are you staying at IOP or something?
Not Pleasant.
Okay.
Yeah, just because it was right next to the bottles, and then we were just going to go check out some other things.
Have you done anything? What do you think? Is this your first time here? Yeah.
It's where we're going.
Oh, did you? I just was hanging out with guys.
On Sullivan's Beach.
What is?
Sullivan's Beach.
I'm sorry.
Sullivan's Beach area.
Oh, Sullivan's. Yeah. Yeah. I like the VFW over there on Olive Palms. It's called the Post on the Coast.
Next to the Windjammer.
Yeah. You can go there and watch shows at the Windjammer for free. Not really, but that's what everybody does.
Windjammers.
I like the VFW because it's like $2 beers. Where else can you drink $2 beers on Olive Palms?
Nowhere.
They're also really strict about coolers and having alcohol out there. Like they will give you $1,000 fine
Oh, right.
if they catch you drinking. Like on Folly, they're just like, don't make it obvious.
That's how they are built, man. They just don't make it obvious. As long as you're not partying, they're not going to come up and give you a fine for drinking.
Yeah.
If you're partying, you're getting a $1,000 ticket.
If you're an IOP and you have a beer, if they can tell it's a beer in a koozie, you're getting a ticket.
See, I don't ever
If
go.
you pour it like in a cup, you're probably fine.
IOP, I always drive onto it, and then my buddy takes care of a house on goat, so I'll just go.
Oh, yeah.
Goat. There's no rules on goat.
Yeah, there's nothing. How do you get there? You take the ferry?
No, there is no ferry. You gotta take a little boat.
Oh.
He has a boat, and the house is literally right across. Boat.
Why did I think there was a ferry there? No, I'm thinking about the Birds of Prey stuff. A little bit further out, there's a ferry for that.
Yeah.
For like coastal expeditions or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, Goat Island, that would be cool to live over there. What does that guy do?
My buddy,
No, the guy that owns the house.
Oh, I have no idea. My buddy just met him. He's been doing like property management down here for a while. Just started his own company last year, and so he got hooked up with this guy, and she's been taking care of it for him for like 10 years now. And so as long as it's not rented, he has full run of it. He can go stay there and do whatever.
Yeah.
So we normally do his birthday there in January and stuff. Just hang out.
That would be awesome. To be able to hang out and Goat Island in a house.
Well,
Does he have like golf carts around there? Is that
he doesn't have a golf cart there. I mean, it's literally a half a mile walk from one end of the island to the other, so it's not like you need anything. But if you got a boat, it was sick. 3 years ago, we did his birthday there, and my buddy came down from Charlotte, and he brought his boat. We both brought our shotguns, and we drift floated the backside of the island, jumped some ducks.
Oh, right.
It's a good time.
That sounds fun.
That's fun. There's if you go to the other side of Goat Island, like if you walk to the end of it and you look, there's like this. I don't know what it looks like now because it changes every year. It's current, but there's another island back there that connects to the waterway, the intercoastal waterway.
Yeah.
So that island, that's where I go red fishing, and that's where I pull these monster like 60-inch reds out.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
right there. And so you have to get to it by boat, which is funny to beach fish.
For reds.
Yeah, you have to take a boat to get to a beach fish, but massive red big bulls get pulled out of there.
Yeah.
But that's in October. So if you guys are ever out there in October, you should go to the other end and fish.
I'll get my buddy to bring his boat back down because now he's rigged it out for boat fishing. We'll see what the laws are, and we can hit some reds and turn boat fishing.
So you can't kill these big 60. You have to throw those back.
Yeah,
because they're slot fish.
We'll see.
Yeah.
If we can find some in the slot. If
Yeah.
it's a good spot, we should be able to find some.
I forgot that you both fish.
Oh, yeah.
So I still have that bow up there, and I need to just convert it.
Yeah, you should. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Especially if you go down to like Port Sulphur, Louisiana, all the way down there. Holy crap! You put it in one of those bayous.
Yeah.
It's just fish on fish on fish.
All kinds of stuff to kill out there.
Gus was born on the bayou.
There's a lot of shit to kill.
Yeah. Alligator
Great
gar.
fishing. Okay.
You know, reds, sheep's head, all that stuff.
You ever had sheep's head?
Oh, I love sheep's
They taste
head.
like clams. They're delicious.
They're phenomenal. Well, when we went down there bow fishing last year, we probably brought back 15 shells. Yeah. We couldn't shoot very well. We would have brought back double that. But
You ever seen that they take like a hoe, like a garden hoe, and or female hoe? I don't know. You could probably use a one. Anyway, and you just scrape the pylons for the docks,
oh yeah.
and it's like a dinner bell. They come running.
Oh, we were walking out on her dock a few weeks ago, a month ago, something like that. And you could just see the sheep's head just eating all the stuff, all the little barnacles and stuff right off there.
Yep.
And I was like, in my head, I was like, man, I'll just keep birding the bell out here.
You should. You should. Yep. They love eating them. They're fun fish. I like talking about them to people because people don't know what they are. I'm like, Google it. Look at their mouth.
Oh, they're the
They have
ugliest-
human teeth.
they're
They're
the
crazy.
ugliest looking things.
Yeah.
And they're delicious.
Very good.
I think I still might have them for left in my freezer.
I think next time I get one, I'm going to pull its teeth out and like keep it in a jar and then just like, because they look like human teeth and just be like, you know what these are. I haven't been caught yet. They really do look like human teeth.
They do.
It's crazy looking on a fish. All right, what are you drinking? Stag?
Steak Junior.
Stag Junior?
Yeah, it's good.
That's the OG shit,
It's
man.
a little running a little hotter than this other stuff we were drinking.
It's definitely hot.
Yeah.
It's definitely hot. Yeah, they don't make that anymore. It's just plain old Stag, and it doesn't taste as good. I don't even know. Are they still doing batch numbers? I don't know if they're doing that or not.
I have no idea.
I'd have to look. Well, you want to hand me something?
What do you want?
Do Stag. I haven't had Stag Junior. Get you some birthday.
Is that the one that we got when we went? Yeah.
Sure.
I don't think I've ever had this.
Try it.
I don't like this bottle.
Don't like it?
No.
It's that's what a 13th colony uses.
Oh, dude. Love their stuff. At least
I do.
used to. I haven't had it in a long time.
So back when they first started doing that bourbon, 13th colony bourbon, I think it was like the blue, green, or teal colored bottle label. But the first time I had it, I was like, wow. And I blinded it for a lot of people. Like I brought it in like small samples.
Yeah.
I was like, try this, and like guess which distillery this is. Because I mean, you're not going to guess, but it makes you seem like this shouldn't be hard. It's one of the big ones, And then everybody was like, it's like Buffalo Trace. Like, is this some kind of like Eagle Rare store pick? That's what everyone said.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, it's actually a small distillery out of Georgia that used to make plantation vodka and got in trouble because it had the word plantation on it, so they had to change it to 13th colony.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember I met them at an event one time and I tried it and I was like, holy crap. And I saw their stuff everywhere after that. I was buying it and then now I can't find it anywhere.
Yeah, I can't find it either. They had done a double oak recently,
Yeah.
and apparently that is like unbelievably good.
I'm not a big fan of the double oak, but it's too much sugar.
I think it has to be done right because if it tastes like tannins, I'm out. Like this Stag to me has too much tannin. I don't like it. That's why I don't like wine. Wine. I'll say it that way.
I don't know why. I'm getting,
Very, very aggressive.
getting,
Wine.
getting a little funk, like it's the Jamaican funk on this birthday bourbon.
Jamaican? Is it Jamaican you crazy?
A little bit.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about the Stag?
I think it's delicious. I think that it is very sweet, but it does carry over a lot of tannins, though. The oaky kind of bitterness.
Dries your mouth.
Yeah, it does drive.
So the birthday bourbon is notorious for being not living up to the hype.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't say this lives up to any kind of hype.
Yeah.
This is it's dry.
Yeah.
Like I said, like have you ever had like Appleton or some kind of Jamaican rum? It's got that nose of that funk, like that whatever they leave out that bacteria and stuff in their fermenters. It's got that nose, which I would typically like, but
Were you the one telling me about the Jamaican rum pits?
yeah,
Fuck.
What's that?
They're
Ugh.
it's just like these nasty pits where they grow all this bacteria and funk in, and then that's how they mix it into their rum, and that's what gives that rum that like funky note, like twang and everything.
And by nasty, he means like dead animals, right?
Yeah, like it's not great. But that's what they.
It's a pit in the ground, and they throw all the rum in it.
Folks, do you need any other reason to just drink whiskey?
I mean, they distill it, so none of that's coming through. But
I don't care.
I love Appleton now. Like
I don't. You may tell you how to not like it. Go to Jamaica for your honeymoon and spend a week drinking Appleton rum. You'll never drink that shit.
And Red Stripe.
Yeah, Red Stripe. Yeah, I won't drink Red Stripe ever again.
I used to, when I was in the Caymans making rum, one of the guys that was hanging out with me I met used to be the master distiller for Appleton for like 25 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Cool dude to hang out with, a lot of knowledge, but
You ever had a steel bottom?
mm-mm.
So, like I said, because I was poor, we were, I don't know how, 21 or 22, but we were married with 3 roommates, so like we did not have any money. Like we were at the bottom of poor. We couldn't afford Taco Bell.
Still in the military?
No, this was before the military. I actually joined the military to make more money.
Okay.
So if a E1 in the Army makes more money than I was making, then yeah, that's true.
I was about to say you sound like my older brother and his wife.
Dude, military pays pretty well, believe it or not.
Yeah, his ex-wife. Anyway.
Everybody sees that number and they're like, wow, that's a shame. It's like, yeah, but they also give you $2,200 cash, tax-free every month for rent, $350 a month for food. I'm taxed at a lower rate than you are.
Yeah.
And everything's pretty much free.
Yeah.
Like my pants, clothes, boots, all that shit's free. It's like, give it to you. So, like, I'm not paying for work clothes. I'm not paying for anything. Anyway.
Steel bottoms.
Steel bottoms. So it's like whatever's free, you know. So I drank Red Stripe and Appleton rum, and that's it. And for like 6 days, and I drink a lot, so I'm drinking a lot of it. So like on the 6th day, I told her I was like, I don't think I can drink anymore. I think I'm done. And I was telling the bartender that he's like, oh yeah, man, you need to steel bottom, man. And I was like, okay. I was like, it's as long as it's free, and the only thing free at this resort was Red Stripe and Appleton rum. So steel bottom is a Red Stripe, and then they put a shot of Appleton rum. But it tasted different combined together. So I drank that for the entire day, wrecked.
I bet.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I was hanging out with my buddy who runs a brewery in Hilton Head. He had some guys over at his house doing some work on a shower. And we were all sitting there in the carport, and he's like giving them beers, saying thank you and all that. And he's like, hey man, you got anything to supercharge this with? He's like what? What do you mean supercharge? He's like, you got any tequila? We pour a shot of tequila in all of our beers. We should supercharge them all.
Yeah.
Or else it takes too many for us to get there.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. That's what a steel bottom is.
It's genius, actually.
Is it? I think it was the first time that I was like, I have a drinking problem. Like if you're putting liquor in your beer because you drank so much that you're tired of the taste of both, like there's probably an issue there. I don't know for sure.
You're doing pretty good now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You seem to be doing just fine.
Yeah.
You going back to Jamaica?
No, I actually can't now. Do you see that?
No, what?
Because of like where we work. Well, where I work,
You can't go.
I can't go to Jamaica. There's a lot of places I can't go. But Jamaica apparently is like there's a lot of problems there.
You can go wherever you want to.
It's true. If I don't tell them I can go, then they find out, and then I'd probably lose my job. So
Probably wouldn't make it.
yeah, I used to know somebody that went there, and they were like hiking, and they were walking along like the waterside front, and they ran into like a Jamaican, and the guy had a machete, and he started walking towards him. He kind of like put his wife behind him and was nervous, and the guy like walked up to this tree, swung the machete, and came back, and he had a flower, and he put it in his wife's ear, and like said bye or whatever. Could you imagine how fucking scary that's gonna be?
Yeah.
Like you have no idea what's about to happen. I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, I don't think I'd let him get that close to my
I
wife.
don't think so either.
But he's holding a machete, so like I could have turned a very nice situation into murder. Like he could have ended up killing me with a machete. Scary times.
So,
Jamaican rum.
rum pits.
Yeah, rum pits.
I didn't know that was a thing. Is this the only practice in distilling of spirits that you're aware of like that? Anything else like that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Every country, every area has their own little things they do.
Sure.
So Jamaica does it that way, and Canadian rum that does something else some way. I mean, everything tastes completely different depending on the place and culture of how they've traditionally done things. To where you go all the way down into Peru, and their main spirit comes from wine grapes. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, I've had that.
It's delicious. It's called pisca.
Pisca. Yeah.
Yeah, they actually. It's funny because when the French and all the Spanish were coming over and they're colonizing and trying to colonize all the South America regions, they used to bring things like wine grapes, noble wine grapes with them, and a fungus went through France or some region in Europe, and one of the grapes went extinct, and they thought they lost it. Well, 100 years later, they go back down to Peru, and they're sitting there making liquor with it.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, you have our grape." It's like, well, you brought it over 150 years ago.
Yeah.
You tried to conquer us and some shit.
And we just kept the grape. Got rid of y'all. Yeah. They're assholes, but they got good grapes.
Kill them all. Keep the grapes.
Yeah. So I mean, it's crazy. Everywhere you go to Brazil, and they make it. They make a rum, but it's not from molasses like traditional Caribbean. It's all from raw sugarcane juice. It's called casacho, and it's got a very earthy tone to it. And then you go into Mexico, and you have tequila flavor. You go into Italy, and you have things like grappa, where they've been making wine, and they're taking all the leftovers from that, and they're distilling that stuff out. Grappa's so good. Now, there's very bad grappa.
Yeah.
The good stuff is. Oh,
do you like chartreuse?
I don't know if I've ever had chartreuse. Is it anise flavored?
Yeah, more or less. It's an
I
but it's
love anise flavored stuff. Like
so I've got
absinthe.
yeah. It's
used to
not
make
as
absinthe.
medicinal tasting as that.
I used to make absinthe. I want to make it again. I love it.
You ever done the angels? The absinthe angels?
What is that?
It's sick. So it's you have like a water tank basically with lights in it, and then when you drop absinthe in it, it like they look like angels like dancing around. But they usually have them at absinthe bars. So you'll have like
I've never been to an absinthe bar. I just used to.
There's one in Somerville, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't you live in Somerville?
No, I live in Monk's Corner.
Oh, well, that's
Same
close
thing.
enough.
Fuck off. It's not. It's both kick my ass.
Which one of those is a negative
If it's
thing?
north of 526, it's all the same.
Yeah, it is. It is. For me, it's like you're either Somerville or Columbia. Like before or after 95. I didn't know Orangeburg started the exit after 95. Did you know that?
Yeah, it's really big.
Guess where Caleb Gibson, he's got property out there, and it's literally, I tell him where his shit is. It's literally the exit after 95, but it's considered Orangeburg.
Yeah, I used to.
I hunt up there. That's why I hunt over there in St. George. You get to Orangeburg, it's like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Down the road.
There's some big deer up there. Huge, like, I've seen plenty of pictures of big deer, which is funny because it's not that far away. It's still the low country.
Yeah, I mean,
it's all swamp.
I know. I went there on the 16th to try and hunt in the morning. We had so much rain. So I hunt the Weathers Farm, Palmetto Malt. They got 2,000 acres that they farm up there, so they let me hunt it. And I went into this one swamp area where I see deer every time. I got out, man. Even with my thermosol on, I still had hundreds of mosquitoes on me. And I hightailed it out of there because I couldn't stand it. Went somewhere else, but went to a spot where I knew I probably wasn't going to see anything, but I wasn't not going to see it. So watched some turkeys for a little bit and just chilled out and had a nice peaceful morning. But yeah, there's some big deer up there. The only problem is, big mosquitoes.
These post-rain mosquitoes are the size of a dime.
Dude,
it blows my mind.
They don't care about. They're biting me through my clothes.
They don't. The wind doesn't fuck with them because they're so big. It blows my mind.
The only thing that I have a problem with, and it's not really a problem. I mean, they've been doing it a lot longer than I have, and they've been up there. They run dogs, so they run dogs every Saturday. So it's not like where I grew up hunting, where you can kind of pattern, you can see where they're walking. Those deer get pushed so hard, so much, like you don't know where they're going to be And thankfully, I found this one little corner where they don't really go into because it's so swampy and so nasty. Like I kind of got this little pocket myself. But outside of that, like they're running dogs so much, which great. I mean, the Weathers family, they want the deer gone because they're eating their crops, they're losing money from it. So I hope they take care of it and help them out. But at the same time, it's me being a deer hunter and wanting to, find them.
Yeah,
makes it a little harder on me. But
yeah, no doubt.
It's still fun no matter what, getting up there and seeing the wildlife and hiking in the woods.
At least you got somewhere to go.
Yeah.
We're both kind of fucked right now, huh?
Yeah, both of us are. I'm gonna have to get real familiar with Francis Marion.
Let me know, man. I love public land hunting. That's all I do back home. I'll come hunt some public land.
Oh, I was going to tell you actually, because I know because we've talked about public land before. She's going home September something, and I got to see. I don't know if they're open yet or. But I was going to mention it to y'all or anyone that wants to come. I think it's September. Of course, she just left. I don't know. Sometime in September, she's going home, and I was thinking about going spending the whole weekend in the national forest.
Let me know. I'm about to move. I got to move last week in September, which sucks.
What are you doing?
I'm going to move to a small apartment less than a mile from work, so I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
I don't have to drive anymore. I can just walk.
That's true.
But then I'm within walking distance of work, so they know that I can show up for everything.
You show up whenever. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Where's how far away is she?
She's on the island. She's on Hilton Head.
Okay.
So, not too far away. That's where I'm at right now. So I'm just.
Oh. I guess we live on an island too. It's James.
Ooh, fancy.
It is now. It didn't used to be. This place used to be cheap, and now it's like I can't afford to buy anything on this island. Like if I had to buy this house right now, I'd have to move.
Yeah.
I saw a lot in your eyes.
Come on.
Come on out to Monk's Corner, not Somerville, Monk's Corner.
He's trying to leave too.
I'm trying to get the fuck
he
out.
Probably can't. He probably can't buy a Monk's. I couldn't buy a Monk's Corner. I bet
Everything's expensive.
You ever go to Music Man Barbecue? I heard they had good hash.
I've not. I haven't. I've looked at it multiple times. I've yet to go.
I asked some friends, and they're like, "That's where you go to get good barbecue."
Is that the one that has the carport, like the cover?
I've never seen it.
I don't think it is. I think it's just a little shop, like an old downtown Monk's Corner.
Because I think I've been there.
The problem is I have a Monk's Corner address, but it's one of those things where when everything was zoned and the developers were involved, they carved out and was like, well, this is going to be Monk's Corner. It takes me 15 minutes to get into Monk's Corner. It takes me about 5 to get to Goose Creek. I'm way closer to Goose Peak than everything.
I'm
actually closer to Cypress Gardens.
Yeah, if you know where Cypress Gardens is, right outside.
Gotcha.
But if you go up with 52 rather,
I know
where the new Publix is at up there, I live like hit baseball. I hit that Publix.
Yeah, I know where Goose Creek is. We used to play them in football growing up in high school.
Oh yeah. They still got a good football team.
What they found with Cypress Gardens? Was it the Patriot or
Patriot and the Notebook?
The Notebook. That's what Notebook. I knew it was a chick flick.
She made me watch that the other week.
Not terrible.
Yes.
I did not ask.
Whoa.
It's okay, man. It's all good.
It's not terrible.
No.
Yeah, the scene in the paddle boat with all the swans that was filmed there.
Okay.
And then there is a scene where there's a fight scene where I think it's the same scene in the Patriot where his older son dies. They come over a bridge. There's a stone bridge they fight on for a little bit.
I haven't seen the Patriot, so
yeah, that is out there. A bunch of the swamp scenes. It's pretty
a lot
cool.
of swamp out there.
Yeah.
This is the King's Highway. That's a great movie. I might watch that tonight.
Dog is a fine meal.
Dog is a fine meal. Fireworks.
I love it whenever he leaves that mansion, which is Magnolia Plantation.
Yeah.
And he brought the dogs back to them, and as he's leaving the door, he whistles, and the dogs leave. They follow him.
Yeah.
He steals his dogs. It's really petty, but I like it.
Those are beautiful dogs, too. Great names. Cool dog.
What are you going for, Gus?
That old Carter.
Old Carter. That's a Georgia only release. I paid way too fucking much money for that thing. So that was the first Georgia release they ever did. It's also the first bottle of Old Carter I've ever seen for sale. So it was almost $400.
Whoa.
No, go ahead. It needs to be drank. Please do it.
Oh, I was going to drink it anyways.
I never do that, by the way. I've not. You know that I don't ever pay. I don't know. For some reason, I was like, I'll have some dip.
I had a co-worker the other day. He's been looking for Russell 15.
Good luck.
Well, he
Almost
found,
dropped
he
the
found
bottle.
12 bottles of it. And
What?
he sent me a picture. I was like, oh, okay, cool. He's like, you want me to get a bottle? So it's a little outside of my price range. Worth $500 a bottle. Pass. So,
Nope. I feel like I have this conversation every year, especially we do it on the podcast every year on the holidays. If you have someone that wants a bottle that is that expensive, don't buy this gift. Let them go buy that. Take the $500 and buy then a dozen bottles of solid whiskey and let them have a collection.
You could start a bar for $500. So to spend that
Yeah.
much on one bottle, as I just said that I spent $400, it's pretty stupid. I'll admit that I'm an idiot. I shouldn't have done that. You know, you make life choices. It was also like I had this company when I was trying to be like edgy and cool, post pictures of rare bottles, and so I was like, it's also a write off for me. So it's really not that big of a deal. It was stupid though. I don't do that anymore. I'm actually, for anyone that is trying to start their own bar, I'm probably gonna be selling a lot of shit soon. So just letting you know,
It's a good time to invest. You get a good deal.
it's a great time to buy it. I can promise you're gonna buy it for less than I paid for most of it because the secondary market has pretty much tanked.
Yeah.
I look all the time.
Would you announce that to the liquor store owners who keep all their shit at secondary prices?
You know what's funny is you can go to a liquor store and buy, for instance, if you wanted Blanton's, you could go buy Blanton's off secondary cheaper than you could buy in the store.
That's what I'm saying.
Which that used to be the case.
yeah.
You're on Facebook. I can put you in all these groups.
It's that
You don't really buy shit there.
the market's been going too crazy for too long. It had to.
Yeah, it had to. And we saw it happening starting a year and a half ago, a year ago.
Yeah, well, it's the first month tequila outsold bourbon. I was like, it's done. And that was December of not last year, the year before.
But we noticed before that a lot of people going out and finding those unicorns and posting them in different forums, and they weren't selling.
Yeah.
And people just weren't interested.
Nobody's buying.
Yeah.
I think the days of $1,000 George C. Stagg are gone, which is great. I'm happy.
Yeah.
But the other thing that's crazy is the distilleries now are charging, $150 to $300 for something that, hey, when are you going to beginning? September what?
The weekend of the 13th right now.
So the weekend of 13th. What's up, dog? Hey, man. All kinds of people in here.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, so the weekend of September the 13th. 11th.
I have to might be able to do some bullshit.
I need to look. I don't know for a fact that we can even. I don't know.
I don't know.
No,
Open.
public land doesn't open until September 15th.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's right. And then
Is that muzzleloader?
No, that's fine.
it's all
That's
That's all.
Well,
Yeah, it's a Sunday.
I knew that it wasn't. It was somewhere in the early September. I should know when. I was hoping it was the weekend.
It's also the first day of Hispanic here.
Oh, good.
There you go.
Jesus Dios, so come in, love for daddy, look at
Yeah, sure.
See.
Cool.
that's. Do you know what I said?
The battle line also.
Jesus said, "I'm the way, the truth, and the life." My Spanish teacher was deeply religious and beat that into my head, and it'll be there forever. That was seventh grade right there. That just came out of my mouth.
Nice.
Yep. I used to know the whole thing, but I don't remember it now. I just remember that beginning part. The reason I remember it is because El Camino means the way, which the Chevrolet El Camino was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I think that's why it stuck. I don't know.
Cool.
I also don't know how to roll R's, and I don't have a Spanish accent. So typically, when I say that to someone of Hispanic descent, they're like, "What?" But I looked them all up. That's the correct way to say it. I just don't know how to say it. All right, that was an hour. That was pretty easy. Is there anything else we need to talk about while we're here? It is Saturday, so I don't want to keep y'all bound to a couch forever when we can be drinking and having fun.
New York City.
Trying to
We're
jump.
listening in New York City. A New Year's Choice launches September 1st in
No
New York
shit.
City.
Well, we got some guys in Staten Island, so
There you go.
there you go. Neatest choice. You can get it, which is our favorite, and they pretty much all taste a little different, but very similar. Right?
Yeah.
They're not blended for flavor.
They're blended for overall quality, trying to make the best quality every time. So we're not trying to keep the same exact flavor profile, just have the best whiskey every time. But yeah, I just sent it out. I left the building on Thursday, so should be hitting shelves and trying to get it in stores. First day of September is when the distribution company is going to start launching it up there. So go look for it, go ask for it.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Make me work.
If you're up there and you find a bottle, you go get one, take a picture and send it to us, and maybe we'll send you something.
Yeah, I'll do that. We'll throw out a hat for some New York content for Burnt Church to be able to have.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Very much appreciate it. Please make me work more. I don't work enough.
Okay. What'd you ask for?
Chris, he's lying. Always does. He just winked at me and was like, "Don't tell Chris."
You covered that? Your
Was it-
Bluffton Award?
Oh, the Bluffton Award? No, I don't know.
You got an award?
Yeah.
Tell us
We
about
gotta
that.
talk about an award.
Oh,
Did
okay.
you get the key to the city?
Oh, man, that would be awesome. I don't know if this was in a city. I don't even know where it took place. But Ascot Awards?
Yeah.
Y'all heard of that?
We're
So-
aware of the bourbon. Gus at the button. That's him.
Yeah, that is him. Yeah, so we wanted an award there. Well, all of our products won some kind of award. But the one that we're most proud of is they do 30 different whiskey categories. If you win a category, you get to move on to the final competition, which is best spirit across the entire competition. So the Bluffton whiskey won the rice category, which was kind of cheating because we were the only one in it. So
Yeah.
we won it. But it came down to best bourbons, best single barrels, best scotch, best this across every whiskey category they do. We took home second overall with the Bluffton whiskey.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, man.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
We lost to a $450 scotch. So
That's a great thing to
I
lose.
mean,
Yeah. I would not be mad if I lost.
No.
that.
not at all.
we're very happy about it. We've been bragging to everybody. So yeah,
You should be.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
That's awesome.
Carolina Gold Rice whiskey, coming
Yeah.
in strong.
It's good when you brought that stuff to Sealy. I mean, everybody loved it. That was the first bottle to get disappeared.
Yeah. I love it. It's been my favorite since we opened the doors. And everybody kind of thought I was crazy because it wasn't a bourbon. But, I mean, it's just phenomenal whiskey. I don't care if it's bourbon or scotch or whatever it is. Like, it's just
I think the
phenomenal.
average consumer doesn't even understand the difference
They
between
don't.
bourbon and whiskey, so it really doesn't.
And this stuff, like, the only difference is it's made from rice, 80% rice with a little wheat, little barley, but it's brand new white American.
Yeah, you still follow all the rules.
So you're still getting a lot of those bourbon characteristics because those barrels consider so much, but just the overall quality of the whiskey's lighter because it's not corn, it's rice. It's a little sweeter. It's got some honey notes in it. It's got some different characteristics that you're not going to typically get. So, but it still makes a great old fashioned. It still makes a great Manhattan. It still makes all your classic cocktails.
Yeah.
You just can't beat that bourbon. And at the end of the day, I think the whole industry's just got to get away from that. Yeah, bourbon's great, but if the whiskey's good, like if this whiskey's great, like go for that whiskey. It doesn't have to be a bourbon. It just needs to be a phenomenal whiskey.
Yep.
So
I drink a lot of bourbon, but that's only because my favorite whiskey just happens to be a bourbon. Yeah,
there you go.
has nothing to do with anything.
Wild Turkey 101.
That's it, dude.
You can't beat it.
Yeah, can't beat it. It's been the same since at least I've done the research and I've bought bottles from the 70s, the 80s. This flavor profile has been the same since at least 2005, which is when I started drinking it. So, it's been pretty consistent, pretty solid.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I love that. I went up to their facility for the first time in March, and
The new one,
the
the Jimmy Russell experience.
No, Jimmy Russell was sitting in this little shack, is what their makeshift little tasting experience was.
So they just opened the new one.
I want to go to that
That's
one.
badass.
It looks phenomenal.
It's
That's
so
what I
cool.
was hoping I was going to, because the year before I was also up there and they were building it. I thought it was done. Me and my buddy get over there and it was still the little shack,
Yeah.
but Jimmy and his wife were sitting in there and they had a little bar going in the back. It was still a nice experience, but
Yeah.
I've always loved it.
Me too. Jimmy's life has been like, I bet Eddie has done a barrel pick with Bruce. I'm doing another barrel pick with Bruce in October, but I've always wanted to meet Jimmy, and Jimmy's the one that everybody's met.
Yeah.
And so I've never, the cards never aligned. So we went to Kentucky, 2 weeks ago, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I went down there because I knew they'd opened it, and it's a lot smaller than I thought it would be, but it's beautiful. I mean, like, you show up and there's this pathway down, and it overlooks the river, and there's a huge, that train bridge.
Yeah. I drove across that.
Scary.
I drove right next to that because I didn't realize where
On
it
that
was.
tiny bridge.
Yeah. I kept on driving and passed right by. I was like, oh shit. I had to turn around and drive back across that thing. Yeah. But it's a beautiful view. It's awesome property.
Yep.
I want to go. I'm probably going to be back up there in March again for the Beam Institute conference, because those people up there with the Kentucky Distillers Association do such a great job, and they're so welcoming. There's a lot of education and stuff within the industry and new stuff going on. So I love going up there, and I also try and make it a little thing where I go see some distilleries and go see some different stuff. That, I mean, I do it every day, but we're on a small scale with most of these people. So it's nice to see how other people do it and what they're running and all that kind of stuff. So from Woodford, where else? Luxrow, Bardstown.
I've been to Luxrow.
Whiskey Thief, small one up there, the Wild Turkey over to, Castle and Key. Yeah.
Have you taken her to anything yet?
No.
So I took Andy, my wife, I'm telling you the story, she's always like, you always get to do all this cool stuff. And I'm like, all right. So we had a friend, shout out to Fitz. He's the Brown-Forman rep here in Charleston. Awesome dude. We met him at Cooper's Craft. But anyway, I hit him up and I was like, hey man, I'm taking the wife. And she's always been like, you're so lucky you get to go do all this stuff. And she's into whiskey. She would appreciate it. I was like, can you get us into anything? Because like, I can go buy it myself, but it's like, it's always better if you let them set it up. So he set up a couple tour stores. So we did the first one, which was Old Forester. So we're walking around Old Forester and getting the whole thing. And like, these girls are giving a script, ladies, guys, whatever they are, giving us this, in my case was a female, but they were given a script. They read the script. Sometimes they hear shit that's wrong and they repeat it. And then they're up there just saying wrong shit. So anyway, Andy knows a lot. She's been to a lot of classes with me, and like she knows a lot. So we're standing in there and they're talking, and she's like, "Is that right?" I'm like, "What do you think?" She's like, "I don't think that's right." I was like, "It's not right, but that's fine, And so we did it all, and so then we went. She was like, "I like it. It's cool. I got to see behind the scenes, all the stuff." So then we went to, where'd we go next?
I don't remember.
Woodford?
Yeah. Jesus, how do you know? I couldn't. What did Woodford next?
I also listen to the podcast.
Yeah. Did I already tell this story?
No.
I repeat myself a lot. So,
no.
I mean, I think most people do. Anyway, so then we went to Woodford, and it's kind of the same thing, walking around, and she's like, oh, these are all the same thing. And I was like, yep.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, it's the same thing in order, and it's someone else telling you the story.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's the same thing. They all invented bourbon. They've all been here the longest. They all know what they're doing. They're all the best. They all have the insider secrets, And she's like, so how many more of these now do we need to do? And she's like, well, I'm good forever. All right, good.
Yep. Yeah, the only way
box check.
I mean, I don't mind it. It's cool seeing the different setups, and like you say, like I kind of nerd out on all that stuff. So I love seeing the different still setups in this. And then I'll start going even further, and I'll try and nerd out, figure out based on a fermentation size and this, that, and how much they're actually making at this one facility, and like
where's the other facility?
Yep.
I do that too.
But then if you get on the true private tours, which thankfully I've had some people that hook me up with those, like, and they're just walking you around, but you don't have the spiel and all the BS.
I would never turn one down. Like, I enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
But it's like, I don't want her to feel like she's missing out. Yeah. Because, like, to be honest with you, the things that I get out of it, you're not going to get out of it. Like, you're not gonna think what I'm thinking while we're there.
I still think my favorite tour ever was the Heaven Hill over there in Bardstown.
Yep.
I got on a private one there.
Did you go to the big glass one? The big glass brick house?
No.
That thing's sick.
No, didn't do the big glass brick house, but we were set up for this private tour. We got to try all these allocated bourbons and stuff like this. And the guy was like, "I've never done this before. Who are you?" It's like, "I'm nobody. It's just know somebody." You know?
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, next thing you know, we're spending 2 hours in the rick house because this dude is going so into depth about how they build these things, and we were so fascinated about it, walking around this entire thing and going up, and it was phenomenal. Like, the guy did such an amazing job. Well, even though they don't have a still on that campus, they don't have anything on that campus. It's all made in Louisville.
Yeah.
It was just phenomenal to see and have that guy actually be able to go off script and really get deep dived into it. It was one of the best experiences I've ever had. So
I've done almost every distillery. We've done cooperage, the Brown Forman cooperage. I could probably get into independent state if I wanted to. The only thing left for me to do now is I want to go to Bendo so bad.
I can probably call him and get you in there.
You should, because I hit them up while I was there, and they were like, I said, "Are you guys open? Like, I know you're not open for tours, but like, are you open? Like, can I show up?" And they got back to me too late. I had already made other plans, but I was definitely going to go down there.
Yeah,
but I think if I told them enough, yeah,
I want to go see it. I mean, our stills from Bendo. Our fermenters are from Bendo. Everything we have pretty much is from Bendo.
I love it. It's a craft. I mean, it's like, it's art.
The way they work the metal and the copper and stuff like that. Yeah. How many people can work with copper the way they do?
Oh, I know.
They build it out. It's so, I mean, it's just beautiful to look at.
It's seriously an art.
So I definitely want to go. And then our whiskey thieves are made from Bendo, and they're all copper, and they're just absolutely beautiful.
I'm going to clip this. Bendo. I clipped this and posted it on purpose. Let me come walk around in September, October. Let me come walk around in October. 12th, 13th, something like that. I'll be there on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, flying on Wednesday morning. Hook it up.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Let's crank it up a notch and get shit faced and start breaking stuff. What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
We'll have to shit up first.
Well, thank you everybody for joining. Peter, always a pleasure. I'm glad you're in town. I'm glad y'all are having a good time.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Thank you, Gus. Thank you, Matt.
Anytime.
Love it. Can't wait to have y'all back down. Hopefully next time I'll be there.
Yeah.
We can have some more fun.
We'll plan it.
We need to plan a time where we can come in and record an episode inside.
Yeah. I just got to shut off the equipment so we can actually hear each other.
We could do it we could fucking do it anywhere, honestly. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you guys should close for a day so we can.
Yeah, just check your shit
Yeah,
out.
last time we closed for a day, you don't want to know how much money it cost. And
I can only imagine.
Bobby Flay ended up being there.
Oh, really?
Private cooking demonstrations.
Cooking demonstration in the distillery?
Yes.
What the fuck is he cooking?
It was something for some big corporation, and they're I don't know. They had like 40 of their top sellers or something, and they flew them all to our place. They shut down the entire facility for 2 or 3 days, and they flew Bobby Flay in for the afternoon to give him a cooking demonstration, and they left.
That's pretty crazy.
Wow.
It's nuts.
I wonder what does it cost to shut y'all down for a day?
You really don't want it.
Like 10 grand a day?
No, you really don't.
That's crazy. We can't afford it for a podcast, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'll hook you up. We got smaller rooms off to the side. We can afford to do.
We can go upstairs. I've never been upstairs.
Yeah. We can do upstairs, or I'll just shut off some of the equipment in the back so it doesn't make any noise. We can do it in the back.
That'd be cool to do it on the walkway above the fermenters.
We can do that if you want to. It gets tight up there.
I know. So I'm trying to figure out how we would put the cameras on the fermenter.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I crawl on top of them all the time. That's the portion.
Ooh, we should do crisscross applesauce on top of the fermenter. That'd be fun.
It's fine with me.
All right. Shut the shit off.
All right. Till next time, folks.
Yeah.
Bye.